Wait a second. It's all story time. But I've got a whole mess to clean up. I know what to do. Oh yeah. Speed cleaning. That was a lot of cleanup. And, well, faster than a flash, right? Ah, much better. All right, today we have the Illiterate Midnight Snack. All right, this one, I have to set things up. I used to have a lot of midnight snacks. Who doesn't enjoy waking up at about midnight or 1 in the morning and having a quick little snack or bite to eat? Because we're all hungry when we wake up, especially around midnight, right? Now, I was used to eating chips, cookies, fruit snacks, whatever was handy. Used to be cookies, a lot of cookies, but cookies were not always available. I wish they had been. Cookies were not always available. So, sometimes what I would have to do is find where the snacks were. So I got to go on a lovely hunting expedition looking for my midnight snack. Now, sometimes it was in our little pantry, which was downstairs. Which one it was incredible! This night, unfortunately, there was nothing there. And I went, oh, because that meant that I would have to sneak up the stairs, all ninja-like and silent. Because I am quiet like a ninja. Not at all. Now, anybody who's ever tried to sneak up carpeted stairs knows that you have, or any stairs for that matter, knows that you have to find just the right spot to step on each step, not to hear and the creaking, because you know that's going to wake someone up. So I would always try to go for the outside of the steps, because I figured that's where they're strongest, or sometimes it was just off to the side where you could see all the footprints. So I slowly would make my way up the stairs, and I would get to the fridge or the cupboard. In this case, couldn't find anything noiseless in the cupboard. There were bags of chips in there, there were other things, but they all crinkled, and you don't want that when you don't want to wake up your parents. So what did I do? I had decided, you know what? I'll just look in the fridge, which is not easy to open quietly. You have to slowly, as you pull on the door, you've got to slowly break that rubber seal to make sure it doesn't go and start opening up. Slowly I open it up, and I'm looking through the fridge, and I notice in the bottom drawer, where normally like the fruits and vegetable crisper drawer is, there's something that looks brown and flat. And I'm thinking, that's not a vegetable. And something else popped into my mind. My mother is and was notorious for hiding her stuff. She always loved hiding her snacks, her chocolate, her candy, whatever it may be. Because she knew with 4 boys, we would demolish it if we found it. So she was always hiding it. And I figured, I found my mom's hiding spot for her snacks. Yes! Store of a lifetime, right? So I very quietly opened up this drawer, which I'm sure was not very quiet at all, but whatever. So I open up this drawer. Now, here's where the illiterate part comes in. All I'm paying attention to is I see the word chocolate on this brown wrapper, and it's already been opened. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, my mom already ate some of the chocolate and then put it here, and she's keeping it cold for some reason. Sure, whatever. Sounds so likely. So I reach in, and I pull it out quietly, and I push some of the chocolate bar up. Now, once again, all I read is chocolate. So I take this chocolate bar, and I'm thinking, this is awesome. And I just pop off the top part. And usually, like, Hershey's bars come in, like, the squares that you can just break off. This one had even smaller squares. We're talking like that. And I'm really confused going, why does, well, it's just a different kind of chocolate bar. So I snap off the top. I don't want to be greedy, right? Not overly greedy with my mom's hidden chocolate. I put it back in the drawer, and I slowly close the fridge, and I walk down the steps quietly again, and I get to my room. Now I have a small section of chocolate. And I'm thinking, yes, great midnight snack. Now, I'm imagining in my mind wonderfully sweet, melt in your mouth chocolate, smooth. This is going to be so tasty. I put the first square into my mouth, and I snap it off, and I start to chew. And immediately, I regret my life. Because, this is the most bitter, nasty, no happiness chocolate. And I immediately go to spit it out. And I'm trying to get the taste off of my tongue, as we've all tried to do. And it's still there. So I have to go, wash my mouth out with my bottle of water. I am used to dark chocolate. I am used to regular chocolate. This was far from dark chocolate. Not even close. And I was a little sad because I wanted my midnight snack. I worked so hard for it. I know. I had worked so hard with my ninja-like quiet skills for this chocolate, and it was disgusting. So heartbroken, I just went back to sleep because I'd already spent enough time trying to get this snack. Now, the next morning, I go upstairs and my mom is in the kitchen, and I walk up to my mom and I said, "Mom, your chocolate is disgusting. Ugh. Why do you eat that?" And my mom got this very confused look on her face, as moms tend to do, and she goes, "What are you talking about? I don't have any chocolate." And just like the kid, I said, "Mom, I know you keep your secret chocolate stash in the fridge, in the drawer." And my mom continued to give me this really confused look, like, "What are you talking about?" And just before she could really ask me what I was talking about, realization dawned in her mind. And she got that lovely angelic smile that all mothers get when they realize, my kid's an idiot. And she turned to me and said, "I don't have chocolate that I keep in the fridge. But do you mean this chocolate?" And she opens up the fridge and she opens up the drawer and said, I looked at the bar and said, "That chocolate." And she goes, "This chocolate, did you read the wrapper?" Now comes the illiterate part. And I looked and said, "Yeah, I see chocolate on there." And as my mother, at this point you have to use your imagination because I'm not going to go out and get any, points to it and says, "Baker's chocolate." And I said, "What is baker's chocolate?" And she said, "That's what I used to cook with. If I'm making certain things, they call for baker's chocolate." And I said, "That sounds delicious, but yours has gone bad." And she says, "It does not have sugar in it." All chocolate is not tasty. Found that out the hard way. So be careful when you think you found something wonderful and read the wrapper. Now, you would have thought that I would have learned from this, but no. So the next night, I wake up and I'm hungry. And it's hard to sleep when you're hungry. Little tum-tum, making noises. So I woke up, once again, still nothing was in the pantry for snacks. So I, once again, stealthily climbed up the stairs, ninja-like, padded my way up the stairs. And I get to the fridge again. And I silently open up the fridge. And I once again see the baker's chocolate down below. I'm like, "Ha, no, you got me last time. I'm not doing that again." But then I realized there's nothing really to eat in this fridge that I want to eat that's going to be quiet. And I thought, well, I'm still hungry, so I want something to fill me up. And that's when I look over and realize something's amiss. It's a little bit odd. Because normally we would get the plastic gallons of milk. Now, on the subject of milk, keep in mind, I grew up on skim milk. Now, those of you going, "Ugh, that's disgusting," light water, whatever. I liked it. It worked for me. Deal with it. We normally got gallons. We never got the cartons of milk. But I look over, and I happen to see, prop for this one, I happen to see milk. And I'm thinking, why do we have a carton of milk? But okay, whatever. And so I go, and I open up the carton, and I go to take a glorious swig of milk. And just as I take the first chug of milk, I get my stomach and my brain going, "Stop! Don't do that! Stop right there!" And I'm like, oh. And I realize whatever I just swallowed, it goes something like this.
Milk was a bad choice.
And once again, trying to clean off the tongue. And I'm trying to think, our milk went bad. What is going on with this? So, the next morning, I go up to my mother, and I say, "Mother, why did you buy spoiled milk?" And my mom looks at me and goes, we don't have spoiled milk. The milk that's in there is from like 2 days ago. So what are you talking about? And I opened up the fridge and said, "Ha, Exhibit A!" And I pulled out the carton of milk. Or so I thought. See, this is also where illiteracy comes in once again. You thought I would have learned, but no, I was a dense child. For it was not milk, as my mother pointed out, and she said, "Read it again." Buttermilk is not something you want to chug. Huh. Yeah. So, I learned my lesson. Do not consume anything before you've read the entire wrapper. And baker's chocolate and buttermilk are not snacks. Ugh. At which point my mother just started to laugh at me because she realized for 2 days in a row I had been an idiot with not reading a wrapper. And from then on I started reading the wrappers and got a little bit better. But yeah, stay away from baker's chocolate and buttermilk for just normal consumption. That's story time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. You know you do. I see. Yeah, it's that little button down there that says subscribe. In fact, I think it's that way. It just says subscribe. And that little thumb up, not thumb down. Don't do the thumb down. You like me too much. Click that thumbs up one.